I promise you I woke up this morning wanting to wear a bold brown lipstick as if it was fall. I know. And I knew that I wanted today's makeup look to consist of browns, more of a fall look. I don't know why, but that's what I woke up feeling like. So that's what we're gonna do today. And I already have my lips. The eye look is going to surround one of these lippies. I literally went through my Ofra liquid lipstick drawer and was like, okay, which brown is the perfect brown for today? And I narrowed it down to these three. I still haven't figured out which one. Look at them. I feel like this middle one is very nudie, so I set that to the side because it's super pretty. I'll be wearing that during the week. This one is like the brown that I was thinking I kind of wanted, but then I saw this one. It's more like a milk chocolate. And this one looks almost perfect for what I want today too. So I don't know if I want to go dark chocolate or milk chocolate on the lips today, but I know for a fact that we're gonna create an awesome look today featuring the Transition palette by Dominique Cosmetics. And the thing about it, this is like the perfect go-to everyday palette. You can create bold looks or you can create like a very neutral look. You can just nice and soft. And this palette is multitaskable. You can use it all over the face. You can do blush, you can do bronzer, you can set your concealer, you can do it all. Of course, my face is already done because I'm gonna focus on the eyeballs today. But I knew I wanted this palette on my eyes and I knew I wanted to pair it with a bold brown lip. So I'm prepared today. Is that weird? It's so different. I know, random. My lids are already primed and my go-to is the Gerard Cosmetics canvas. This is their clean canvas eye base in Fair. This has been my hands down favorite lid primer for the longest time now. I don't really talk about it much because I usually prime off camera and I try to rotate my product that way you guys can see I use the stuff that I have after decluttering a lot of things. Gerard Cosmetics is one of those brands that people don't really talk about anymore, but they're extremely underrated. They have awesome product. So I'm trying to figure out which lippy I want to go with. So I'm gonna work on the eyes and I know I'll narrow it down to which shade I want when we're done. I thought I was recording, but I paused the video for a quick second for cam. I grabbed a flat eyeshadow brush and all I did was dip into the shade Caramel. I saturated my brush and then I started patting it all over the lid. Right now I'm just patting because I want the primer to grip onto my eyeshadow. I'll tell you, Cam is goes loony for these little yogurt bites. They do come in handy because as I'm filming, it helps her stay nice and calm. Okay, back to the eyeshadow. So I am just patting it into place. Eventually we do blend, but I just kind of want to pack it right now. She looks like she's having Thanksgiving dinner. She's really enjoying herself. Now with a big fluffy brush, I'm going to dip into Soft and Sweet. I'm gonna apply that on the crease and I'm gonna start blending that out. I'm gonna bring it outward, out this way. It's gonna help blend out that outer edge and warm it up a little more. Now this is where the blending takes a little while. I do edit my videos, so of course it seems like a lot faster, but it's not. You really have to blend to get a seamless edge. And you wanna keep working until it looks nice and gradient. As I'm blending, I wanted to mention to you guys, I have eyeshadow palettes that are similar to this, not the same, but similar. And I wasn't sure whether or not you guys owned it. I like using more often than not product that I know for a fact that most of you guys have. That way, if you wanted to recreate a look or you wanted to kind of get creative, have fun, I don't know, needed some inspiration, maybe you can just reach towards something that you already have to play around with the product, maybe even follow along. That is one of the reasons why I chose this palette. Not only is it perfect for what I wanted for today, but I know so many of you guys already own it. So if there are any palettes that you've received in Boxycharm that you want to see in action, let me know. I have so many of them. I'd be more than happy to play around with those and create fun looks with them. Because I've seen a lot of people say hey, Boxycharm didn't include eyeshadow palettes for the last 2 to 3 months in my box. So if you wanted me to play around with product that you already own, I could go ahead and do that. And I don't always have to just feature the newer palettes that were featured in Boxycharm boxes. For instance, this is one that I wanted to play with, but I wasn't sure if so many of you guys already had it. I know you can get it or could have gotten it over in their events, but look at these colors. I can totally do something amazing with this, but I kind of skipped on it because I wasn't sure if you guys wanted to see something with this palette. But if you do, let me know. I'd be more than happy because these are colors that I'm excited to play with. So when I give Cam snacks, she tends to drop them on the ground, and my husband just vacuumed this room. So when he comes back in and sees all the snacks crumbled on the floor, he's gonna be aggravated that he just vacuumed for nothing because Cam is doing it all over again. Let's intensify the look a little bit. I kind of want to go in with a gray and see how that would work. I'm going to use the shade Ash. By the way, this palette is also awesome to fill in your brows. You have your warm browns, you have cool browns, and then you have like this shade would work beautiful for my brows right now, coal. And I see like little sparse areas. I might actually use coal to like fill it in a little more. We'll see. Let one thing at a time. I'm using Ash, and this is a Morphe M139. I'm going to tap it and just kind of blend out here. Now I'm not gonna bring Ash all the way in. I'm taking a tapered contoured crease brush and I'm gonna mildly blend that. I want to diffuse it a little bit. I don't want it to be too intense. The lips are going to be bold enough as it is. Going back in with the fluffy brush that we used on like the outer crease area, I'm just going to go over that to diffuse that edge out here. Because sometimes it tends to look a little muddy if you don't blend properly. And I'm going to keep doing the very same thing. I'm applying on the crease. I'm going to pull it out. Then I'm going to go in with the fluffy brush and blend the edge. I'm going to keep doing that until I get the effect that I want. And then with whatever's left on the brush, I'm just gonna drag slightly forward. I don't want a very prominent line. I just kind of want to add a little bit of a shade in here. And I think grays are so underrated. People usually go for like the browns and like the taupey shades, the blacks. But grays, not only do they cast beautiful shadows, they look amazing on the eye. Go back in with the same brush, no additional product. I like that. I like that a lot. I'm glad I went with the gray. What's funny is I never, ever, ever create makeup looks with a plan, but I woke up this morning with vision. You guys have been loving the tips and tricks, so I'm gonna show you another tip and trick. Okay, the eyes are done, but sometimes you go a little under, right? When you get like a little vigorous with your blending, you kind of overdo it. You want that outer area to just look pretty, sculpted, clean, and maybe you just, you know, kind of have a little bit down here. It's cool. This is what you do. You grab a concealer that's very similar to the shade that's in that area. So this is not the concealer that I use, but I'm gonna use this. This is the Infallible Full Wear by L'Oreal in Latte. I'm gonna open it. See this little bit of like concealer that's in this area? I'm grabbing like a foundation brush. See, I already did it, but I want to show you guys. Just dip it in there, ping, ping, grab a little bit. You do not need a lot, a little bit for real. And then diffuse it on the back of your hand because you don't want to kind of overdo the area because then it can look a little cakey and then it's harder to blend, right? Pam, 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 pam. See how it blended on the back of my hand? So you practically have almost like nothing on your brush. You're just going to go along that area, clean it out a bit. It already looks lifted and sculpted. Such an easy step to do. And to be honest, you don't even have to set it. That's the beauty because you're applying such a minimal amount that it's not even wet by the time you apply it. Now I'm gonna grab another like eyeshadow brush. I'm gonna dip it into a much lighter shade. I'm gonna go into Natural because this is starting to become more of a smoky eye and I didn't want that. I do want the eyes to look very open and light and bright, but still like dramatic because the lips are gonna be dramatic enough. I'm gonna take Natural and I'm just gonna tap it here, bring it up and blend it somewhat into the other shades. We're looking at bringing it through about maybe 1/3 of the way. And then with the same fluffy brush, we blended everything else in. We're just gonna kind of do one of these very lightly. Don't overdo it. You just don't want it to look stark and unblended. So just quickly blend and then you're done. Poof. Grabbing the same brush we used the gray with, I'm just gonna dip into the gray again very lightly, tap out, and I'm gonna drag some of that gray on the lower portion of the eye. I'm not bringing it all the way in. I'm gonna keep it about halfway. I'm gonna line my top lash line. I'm not gonna do a wing or anything because I just feel like the eyes look pretty the way they are. And then I'm gonna pop on some lashes. I'm gonna use the Inglot 77 liner. Lightly line my lash line. And the lashes I will be applying are by Lash Scoop. They are in the style Chia. The eyes are pretty much done. I applied some mascara at the top and the bottom. I popped my lashes on and we're good to go. You see the effect? It's really, really pretty. I moved ahead and filled in this brow. I wanted to test it out and see which shade would work best for me now that my hair was dark the last time I used this. I used a lighter shade and I figured out the perfect shade for black hair. With that said, I had to take a break because Cam, that little girl needed a nap, okay? Coal is the perfect shade for my brows. If you have jet black hair, you want to avoid this one. That's just gonna make your brows look like you have Sharpie brows. Go with something lighter. Coal has a beautiful gray undertone, but it's dark enough for our dark hair. I'm gonna go in with an angled brush. This is the Alter Ego number 12. I'm just gonna trace my brows out. See, so it's not completely black, but it's doing the job and it's filling them in more than what they already were. Not that I needed to do this step because the brow coat did its thing, but I feel that with the way this look turned out, I want my brows to be a little more prominent. Okay, I like my brows. All right, now, what are we gonna do? Now we have to choose a shade for the lips, and I'm telling you, I've been here a minute, okay? Because I have to take breaks in between because of the baby. I don't wanna go nude. We do that here all the time. I think we're gonna go bold just because, why not? But then again, we might go bold and add a little bit of this one in the middle. We'll see what happens. So this one here is Ofra Cosmetics Brooklyn. And I get it, a deep shade like this is not for everyone. I know that a lot of people would probably get intimidated with a deep shade like this one, but you know what? You can always go with a nude. I always use a nude. It's either nudes, pinks, or reds. So I wanted to go bold today. What should I do? Should I ombre it up and do the milk chocolate? No, I think we're gonna add some of the nude shades called Sobe, just on the center. I'm not gonna dirty a brush to blend this, so I'm just gonna, and I got some on my teeth. Now I will let it dry. Okay, this is the completed look. I hope you guys have enjoyed it. If you choose to recreate it, make sure you guys tag me over on Instagram so that I can repost you guys. Also, remember, if you happen to want tutorials with this palette or any other palettes that we received in Boxycharm, make sure you let me know which palette it is down below. That way I can go ahead and just kind of take it out of my palette shelf and we can start creating fun looks. I have a giveaway that is currently live here on YouTube. Make sure you guys go check it out. I'm gonna link it down below. That way you guys can like figure out what the bundle consists of and enter so you have an opportunity to be my Valentine this year. I also have a giveaway that is actively live over on Instagram with the AIA Beauty Bundle. It closes tomorrow, so you guys might wanna get in there and like put your entries in. That giveaway is actually a really nice bundle. We're not only giving away an AIA Beauty Bundle, but we're also giving away 2 other awesome products. So make sure you guys check it out. I am gonna link that down below as well. Now that is a wrap for today's video. I really hope you guys have enjoyed it. Make sure you leave me a thumbs up. That way I know you do. And I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye guys.